right. All right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. I'm again on this gathered platform with another message, and I will say this is a lovely morning in which the Most High Yah has made, and I, Sister Deborah, shall and I will rest therein. I'm coming with a wonderful message. Um, and it's pretty much leaning on how the Father is communicating with me, and I thank Him. He wants me to move from the level in which I am on to another level, meaning I must enter into a another door. And what I like about the way He's setting it up is He said, "I have learned much in this in the presence of this door that I am in, I'm residing in at this time." He said, "You've learned much. It's time to move through another door." So I have to go through out of this door into another door. And hopefully, the end of this month, I would take that step of a door and entering into a door in which the Most High Yah has assigned me to. And what that means is Yah has ordered our steps in Him for His purpose, His will, and for His name's sake. So we can run and we can hide, we can go to and fro in this natural world and in this natural and what we can see and hear and believe in our inner outer man, which is in our flesh, and think that's the route of Yah. But the route of Yah is spirit, okay? And the order, the steps that He has ordered for our lives has to come from one step to the other. And that's exactly what the door represents. Coming from one door, going entering in the next door. Now, what I like about it is Yah is one that will not allow you to go from one step to the next, to the next, to the next as you go up. No, you have to master each step. Okay. Each step that Yah moves you in, He has to approve that you move to the next step. Today, people move themselves to where they want to be, where they think they need to be, where they think they're going, what they think they have, what they think ain't in their flesh. And there's nothing wrong with that. Moving your flesh to levels and abilities that your flesh can feel that it's moving somewhere, not knowing that where what do you have and what's going on. The pleasures of the flesh, the desires and the wants, and want to see the flesh move into different levels. But me, I'm more so geared to understanding that the steps of the Most High Yah for my life is moved by Him and not myself. So today, when I was washing dishes, he was telling me about entering into another door, and I have to also fully grip the fact that the door in which I am in, the place in which I am in right now, before I go to the next step, I have to also salute, in a sense, and accept the fact that you have been into this door, and much of what all you put forth was spirit and truth and was the word of Yah, but yet in all, it was given to a brick wall. That's why there was no response, no support, no give and gave, no true connection. He said, because I brought you back to the brick wall for a reason. See, a lot of you all don't understand what the gift of the Ruach come to do. It is to come to bring things back to your remembrance. It is equipped to bring you back to your remembrance. So when I had the vision twice about the brick wall, I was thinking it was just consist of where I was. Okay. But the Father brought it up in the last 6 months. And I've been bringing it forth to you all because He wanted something uh, 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 regarding the brick wall to penetrate within me to accept the fact that all the light, all the spirit and truth, all the pure word, and all the backpack and everything that you're pouring out, I want you to know it's being poured out to individuals that are characteristics of the brick wall. He said that's why you don't hear no spiritual comments. You don't hear no spiritual feedback. You don't hear no, when you ask questions, you don't hear no answers. He said you don't hear anything is because most of them are standing back like unto brick walls. Brick wall is something he gave me about 19, almost 20 years ago regarding my daughter, sending her, taking her to college. And he gave me that example. And I was always wondering, how do we get the brick wall here on YouTube? How did it? And it was Yah, it was the Ruach who comes to, see, Yeshua said he would come. He will be a comforter. He'll be a teacher to teach you all things. He will reveal things to you and he will show you things to come and bring things back to your remembrance. He brought the brick wall back onto my page. The Ruach. He wanted me to use the vision of the brick wall amongst you all that listen and hear, Sister Deborah. And it was more so, I'm thinking it was more so for you all. No, he's saying it was for you to understand what you are speaking to and whom you are speaking to and what you are speaking to. He was like saying that I brought the brick wall up because with the brick wall, it taught you how to do what, Deborah? Go around the brick wall. Whether you see the brick wall, go around to the left, go around to the right, or climb on top of the brick wall to get to the other side. You got to stay in the race system. Don't stop the race because the brick wall is there. Keep the race going. So he wanted me to usher the brick wall into the ministry in which I'm a ministering and the teaching to the platform that I'm on. So that's why you heard the brick wall. It wasn't that I, Sister Deborah, brought something he told me in two visions back in all those years and bringing it up. The Ruach itself that lives in me, he is the one that will bring things back to your remembrance and bring it up forward. So he's telling me in the water when I was washing dishes this morning, he was saying that the brick wall, you see, you spoke to many brick walls. You was just speaking to the brick wall. And I'm like saying, is that why you kept saying that they don't hear you or they don't hear, they don't see? Is this why? Yes. Because did you get response from all that spirit and truth? From all that light, all that pure word, all the messages I've given you, Deborah? Where is your response? Where is the response? Where is the interaction of the things that is spiritually taught? Where is the interaction? Where is the response? Where is the give and gave? Where is the drink of water? Where is anything in what you're teaching? Because you are teaching spirit and truth. You are teaching the truth in the spirit realm. They can go left, they can go right. They ain't gonna find me. Not in the spirit. Much teaching in the flesh. And that's why Sister Deborah realized that the snake, I could see the snake coming in to the live chat, coming in and pulling out quickly. I don't blame them because what people are doing is they're trying to only follow the serpent in them. The serpent in them. And they have no idea that you are the seed of the serpent. And the Father said, and you notice, he was telling me through the water, you notice that how long they have listened to you, how long they have heard you, how long that they come back, or how long that they leave, and then next thing you know, they're back. How long that, how many times have you seen them? Every live, they slither in and they'll slither out. How many times have you sat and you've been 2 and 3 hours ministering the light, the spirit and truth? You get no response. You get no reaction. You get no interaction, none whatsoever. These are brick walls. And what he did is he said, "Do you remember how in Egypt, Pharaoh, the Egypt, where the Israel was in captivity?" And I'm like, "Okay. Do you know why I respond to them, Deborah? I heard their cry. I've heard their cry. That means heavens hears from. The heavens hears from. When he told me, I think it's been about a year ago, he have not heard the cries of Israel in the land of their captives. He haven't heard the cries. Why? Because Israel think they got everything. Judah, especially. Oh, I got a car. I got a new car. I got a job. I don't care. I don't need nobody. I don't need. That's the mindset that Jacob told Judah that he would have before he died. And people would overlook all of that because they are brick walls. The brick wall means people who don't have nothing, zero of anything. They prefer just standing there, being in the midst. It's not about gaining anything, not the brick wall. It's about just being there. And he has taught me, I ain't gonna say he's teaching me, he taught me how to go around it and how to go up on top of it and over it. Because that's the way of victory. Because the brick wall, it ain't gonna support you, Deborah. It ain't gonna give and gave. It's not going to unite into the body of Hamashiach. It ain't going to respond. It ain't going to have responsibility and liability. It ain't going to reveal its righteousness. It ain't going to show the fruit of the spirit on no side, left, right, up and down. It don't have anything. It just stands there. Hear and stand. So what he's saying is, if I say that people are feeding the world all of this nonsense and feeding the flesh of man, and here I am feeding the spirit, he wants me to know there's no difference, Deborah. This is what you must salute. That you are on the platform in which you know what it is. And there has not been no change. The world loves its own and feeding them, and the world feeds the flesh and feeds the world and support the world 100. But here you are talking, preaching, and teaching the light, the power, spirit, and truth, my word, and you stand alone talking to a brick wall. He told me about how he haven't heard any cry. And if I say that the world is feeding the world, well, we know there's no cry to the Most High Yah. They will praise the individual on the platform and give that individual, he or she, a glory and honor, praise, and totally support. That's the word. He's saying on the end that I am on, he wants me to salute the fact. And it's a own thing, y'all. It's a inner own that thing. Salute that thing that you've been talking to brick walls. That's it. Now come on. We got to go to the next door. You got to enter in. But you got to salute the fact that that's why you don't have people communicating, even their comments. It's nothing. It's no spiritual comments. It's no connection to Yah. It's no respond to who Yah is in them. When you have the live chat, they go and chat. not even manifesting him and his glory and giving him the praise for the food of the spirit in which they are receiving. They are brick walls. That's why I brought it back to your remembrance of the vision 19 years ago. I brought it back into you so you can use it for the day. He's telling me about how out of million of people, we know that the multitude followed Yeshua. It spoke of 6,000, 5,000, 3,000 followed him. These are different people. So we know that there were a million of people during that time. Why did the Father only give him 12? Because Yah knows that just the 12 alone, Yeshua had to be able to minister to them. And he was so excited that he gave them what I gave him. What did he say? All that thou hast given me, I have not lost one. Now, notice he said, I have not lost one. Why? Because you would think he would say the betrayer, he lost him. No, he didn't lose him. What he's saying is, I've given them all thou hast given me. I've given it to them. I have not lost one. In what thou hast given me, I've given them, and I have not lost one. In truth, given the truth. When Sister Deborah says that to him, even though there's the brick wall there, Father, all that thou hast given me, I have not lost one. Why? Because the mission was to give truth, to give spirit and truth. It is not about how they embrace it and how they accept it. Oh, they're a brick wall. It's about you doing what he called you to do. And that's what Yeshua was saying. I did what you told me to do. I gave it to all 12. Even though one is the seed of the serpent, I gave it to him too. So don't think Sister Deborah is the devil because she's telling you the truth. I become your enemy because I speak truth. Not that I speak a lie, but that I speak truth. So he was explaining to me that's the reason why he only gave him the 12. And he made sure that the betrayer was the seed of the serpent, that he followed him from that time on. The serpent, see, was following him all the time. See, that's what Sister Deborah said. The Father is telling me mine is a brick wall. Those that are following me are brick walls. That's why they don't show any fruit of the Spirit. They don't show it by even their words. They have no reaction to the fruits of the Spirit that's in them. They claim the fruits of the Spirit. They claim that they are of spirit and truth. They claim they are the light, but their works and their fruit identify a brick wall within them. And I thank the Father for that because he's saying it's time for you to embrace that and salute it and accept it for what it was, it is, and it has to end. Move to the next door. Go in and enter into the next door. Time to enter in. So I'm thinking the end of this month of going in and walking into the next step that Yah has for me. And I'm excited because it's not going to be something that's going to carry peace. No, I ain't gonna say it ain't gonna carry peace. It's going to carry you into everything being goody goody. No, it's going to take you even into a darker. Why? Because we're in the midnight hour. So it's not like I'm coming from dark to light. I'm coming from dark midnight to midnight blue. Okay. So I just I'm just so grateful that the Father is going to allow me to move to a different level, meaning the steps that he has ordered. has ordered me to move on to the next level. But I must, before I leave this level, I must salute that I fully understand the level in which I was on and that I get it because that's what he wants me to understand. You was on a level that you were in and out. And the reason why you were responding the way that you was responding is because you knew it was something there that showed that you were talking to a brick wall. Even if it was 50, even if it was 100, even if it was 20, you're still talking to the brick wall. It's just like he gave them 12. And he was speaking, and Judah, the betrayer, followed. But he was the seed of the serpent. And he followed him all those years. Miracles, signs, wonders, all the miracles and signs and wonders, all the works that seed of Satan beheld, but it didn't change his destiny. Trade. That's what the Father wants me to salute the fact that you did well because you stuck to giving him the glory, him the honor, him the praise. You was uplifting me. You was showing me to thee. You constantly wanted them to see my glory. You wanted them to see me for who I was. You wanted them to recognize my power. You wanted them to recognize my give and gave. You wanted them to understand who I was, who I am, and who I'm going to be. Deborah, you wanted them to understand my kingdom and how my kingdom is set up and do. You wanted them to, you gave them all the food and they stood and stand before you from his insight as a brick wall. Is he speaking of all of them? No, he's not speaking of all of them. No. He's not speaking of all of them. Many that have followed for so long, they are stone brick walls. That's why they never put forth revealing their fruit of the Spirit, their works, their give and gave. They're nothing because they think that they can tap into their feelings based on their emotions, you see, or their desire to do it the way they want to throw in a crumb. But Yah says, don't get thrown off by the crumbs. You know where the crumbs reside. It's the show of the flesh. It's not the show of anything because Yah wouldn't give me crumbs, and he has not. There has been a blessing out of nowhere, out of nowhere. And did you all know I had 4, maybe 5, but I think it was like 4 days to make a decision that I didn't have. How would I say it? I didn't have anything to make the decision with. 4 days. The Father pulled up on that second day. Pull up. Oh, Father, y'all. So I want to say to you all, a lot of things I have shared with you all have given you all the ability to touch the hem of his garment, to seek the light of God, seek his face, seek his power, understand his kingdom, understand heaven got it in control. Heaven started it from the beginning to the end. He is the beginning, the now and the end. He is all that and some, and how powerful he is with the right hand stretched out. I've given you all so much food for the spirit. And I thank the Father for allowing me a chance to move to the next step in this. But he wants me to salute the step in a full agreement that I fully understand that I've been on this platform dealing with a brick wall. So the next step is not going to be focusing on the brick wall, but pretty much just keeping the light lit, just keeping the light of righteous, just, upright. It's keeping the light of righteous belief, faith, and fear of Yah, keeping the light of his power over all things, keeping the light lit that he that's on the throne carries the word. Just keeping those things lit in a way that it's needed. And I'm asking the Father, if you lead me, surely you know that I'm going. So I want to just thank him for the next door he's going to let me enter, which is the next step. And I'm going to also use as a testimony the door that I'm entering out of. I'm going to use it as a testimony to the door I'm going to enter in, as a means of being careful to those who say that they are the vessels of the Most High Yah, or the servants of the Most High Yah. I'm going to use that a lot. The servants of the Most High Yah. And I'm not going to use the word chosen, because Satan has taken on the word chosen and got the platform booming from one end to the other in the with the mindsets of those that in the world sees that people are using the word chosen, and he has taken it, and I can't say so much as Satan, but the people have taken it and ran, okay, and getting what you call praise and glorified and supported by big numbers. So Sister Deborah have seen enough of that, and this is why I try to grip it and get it. And the Father said the reason why you never got it, and I didn't, y'all. I never got it, because I told y'all over and over, how could the world be supported so well by the world? But then Yah's, because I'm supported more by Yah in the spirit, and the things in which I am I am going to be awarded in the spirit is greater than the things that those that are in the flesh is being awarded today. So they getting their praise and their glory today, and the Father's just letting me know, Deborah, I got yours set up too. And I like that, because He's assuring me that even what I'm seeing, another thing I'm gonna tell you about me serving the Most High, He lets me know that you think you seeing it in the flesh, baby. No, no, no. You seeing it at the same level I see it. That's what he wants me to understand. So when you think you telling these people something, you don't know how 100 you are in what you're saying. Whether they get it or not, it doesn't matter. You are 100 in what you're saying. You're seeing it on both ends. That's why you can tell them something. But 99.9 is not ready to embrace anything you're saying, because they are like brick walls. They just there. And they will be there to where you starting to see that they never been there. That's why there was never anything about them that showed you or revealed to you that they were there to even support you. You see? Another thing I want to say, and I do want to say this, there are two individuals that have been on here that I sit back and I say, and y'all, they really don't, they have no idea. They have no idea what it feels like for them to have supported me the way that they have. Why? Because you're looking at people who don't know you. But yet, Yah has put in them his heart to bless me. And I look at that, and in the spirit realm, y'all have no idea the way I deal with Yah regarding it. Because they don't even understand. They're giving out of the obedience that the Father put in their heart. They're giving out of the obedience of what Yah is putting in their heart. They're giving without, they are giving without receiving. They're giving without having to see and believe. They're giving out of what you call faith. Faith is what Yah has lined them up in obedience. They don't know me from themselves. But the faith of Yah is a substance of things unseen. So they're doing it out of the faith. Somewhere Yah got branded in these individuals faith. And they support me out of the fruit of faith that Yah has embedded in them. And each time they did that and they do that, I sit back and I say, Father, how can this be? How can it be? Because I'm telling you all, when you are created to be a giver and a gave, for someone to try to give you, it's like somebody trying to jump on you and trying to fight you. Honestly, that's the feeling in the flesh. Because the flesh can't believe that somebody's going to give you. They're going to bless you like this. Oh, no, they trying to start something with me. But the spirit lets you know and teaches you, no, they are doing the works of Yah. And I want to say to you all out there, those two individuals who have faithfully done this, whether you do it ever again, it doesn't matter. You don't have to do it ever. But I want to say to you, that is the faith. And the faith is something Yah brand in you. But I want you to understand what it is wrapped up in, and you don't. You really don't know. It's wrapped up in obedience. Your flesh has no control, really, over what your heart, your spiritual heart, that faith that's spiritual in you, have you to do. Had your faith flesh knew that you were going to do this, you have allowed your spirit to override your flesh. So only thing I can say, and I do, a lot of y'all do not understand how emotional I get with this, even when I stand before y'all. I said, get them, Father, get them. Get them, Father, get them. Please, Father, get them. Bless them, Father, bless them. That's what I do every time. Why? Because I look at it as, if you gonna use them and you're gonna put this type of faith in them and you're gonna put this type of movement in them, please pour out your blessing of understanding in them, that they may understand that it is you that's speaking through me. See, I want so much for Yah. Yah is not going to let Satan, hear me now, y'all. Yah is not going to allow Satan to support what is his, the way these two individuals have done since they've been on this platform. And I say unto you, I sit back and I think of how the world is so supported with millions and millions. And it's a non-stop. It's like it's a non-continue. And for Yah to allow, and like I said, I'm never ain't saying this for you to continue. I'm just wanting to really, before I go to that next door, I should have had some tissues. I don't know. I did have paper towels in the kitchen. Before I go to that next door, I want to tell those two, I appreciate you. Because it's impossible. It is impossible for you to have supported Sister Deborah in this door like you have without the faith, without the belief of he that sent me to speak unto thee. These are people who don't even care to be identified. And the Father know I'm going to carry this to my grave. He knows it. And only one knows about it is my Father in heaven. He knows that this is a big thing for me because I'm like saying, oh, no, 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 no. I'm the giver and the gave. Father, Yah, you found individuals in you. Did you find them to support me ever since they've been on here? And I'm like saying, you did this. You did this. They might not have to have what nobody tell them they should have. Why? Because the Father set in them some sort of faith to believe that they're given. They're given to the Most High Yah because they did it faithfully. This is works of Yah. The world don't have to give Yah. The world gives the world. That's what he said. The world supports the world. And I just thank the Father for giving me in this door an example that the world gonna take care of theirs. I got some that gonna be obedient to me, Deborah. And now they're not gonna pour out you crumbs that they couldn't even use themselves. Because many people, when they pour out crumbs, what they're doing is satisfying their self-centered mindset. Lord, if I throw this here, that's I did my share. Y'all don't play that. Y'all don't play that. Y'all is not involved in that because it's a game that people are playing. Yes, it's a game. It's a game to their flesh. It's a portrayer of them in the flesh trying to portray they somebody in the flesh when in the spirit they have no fruit. They have no works, but they role play. You see, and that's the difference because the Father is not going to what they didn't understand. Let me show. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. What they did not know is the woman that gave her all, you have to understand what her all was. When you see the parable or the example in the biblical, you got to understand what she gave was more than what it's worth today. You see, no one never realized that. No one never thought that, wait a minute, what she gave then was way, probably say 100 times what it's worth today. So we have to go back to yesterday and see what she gave. And when you see what she gave, no, it wasn't like what the rich people and all those who had abundantly gave. And that's what people miss. People thinking they mean you just, she gave all that she had, but you got to understand she gave all that she had. That means once she gave it, she didn't have nothing else. So she wasn't given her crumbs. She was given all that she had. And back then, it was way more than what it is today. So when we look at that example, you got to look at this example and measure it. How is it measured? By those that were giving because they had abundantly. You see? See, and that's where we missed it. We missed the ideal of her works. We missed the ideal of her fruit. That's why I say when we're reading this book, we're seeing it so much in the flesh, we can't see the spiritual realm. The spiritual realm was trying to identify to us. Many were given out of their abundance, meaning out of what they had because they had so much. But this lady gave all that she had. And all that she had was not that it was pennies in our eyesight, the way we're taught it and preached it. She gave all that she had. So when she left, she had nothing else. But it's all that she had didn't mean that she didn't have nothing but just these pennies. No, they were worth more than how our mindset triggered it today. It's just that it wasn't the way that the wealthy and those who had it abundantly gave. See, they could give, but she gave all that she had. An example, all that she had. So she was coming out of giving, out of the substance of not seeing, but believing I need to give what I have. So this is where the hearts of the people today. You have all of these people, even those that's right now still following T.D. Jakes. They give him tithes and offering. Joe Epstein and Joyce Meyer, T.D. Jakes, Clifford Dollars, all of them, giving all of these people on these platforms abundantly for darkness to support what? Darkness. So I, Sister Deborah, have every right to say to those who have supported me since you've been on here, faithfully, out of the obedience to Yah. You did it out of the obedience to Yah because you don't know me and I don't know you. So you have to be obeying somebody, and it's not me. So I want to say to you, thank you for being what you call so faithful to the Most High Yah's work. Thank you, because that's what you showed me. So when I'm speaking of this brick wall, you better move yourself away from it because you're not the brick wall. You can't be the brick wall. You respond in faith and obedience to the word of God. That's the works he was talking about. That's the fruit he was talking about. He told them if a man and woman come to your door and they are in need, give them because that's the works of Yah. Because with me, I always use that sign of this widow. Her husband had passed away, and it was just him and her. They didn't have any children. But when he passed away, she was just as lonely. She cried day and night and day. And one time she just decided to just get on her knees and ask the Father, please visit me. Please visit me. Come visit me. Let me know that you're present. Please visit me. Someone knocks at her door weeks later, and it was a man that said that he didn't have, or he needed something to eat and drink. And she told him to get away from my door. I don't have nothing here to eat and drink. This is the individual the Father said I've been ministering to. Stone hard core brick walls. Brick walls, Yah wants me to say it because he's telling me now. It also consists of the heart of who you are. And this lady, she couldn't understand that she was already heartbreaking from her husband. And then she started to feel even suicidal because she couldn't understand why is it that she's been praying and praying and had that hope that he would show up, that the Most High will show up and answer her prayer. And this particular time, months went on, and when she was praying one time, he said, I did. I knocked on your door, told you I didn't have anything to eat, me something to eat and drink, and you turned me away. This is how hardcore people of the brick wall are. In the reality of it all, they can be on their knees praying, eating up spirit and truth, eating up the life. full in their backpack, but they wouldn't even give someone that would knock on their door a drink of water or a sandwich. This is brick wall people. There are some that would probably give that man some crumbs, old cans of food. You see, some that would give him that, some that would give him enough to buy him maybe a cup of coffee and think in their hearts they have done something. These are not people that represent the Most High God. These are not people that does the works of Yah. The works of Yah don't mean your crumbs, your leftovers, your your fleshly heart desire to make you think you're doing something in the spirit realm. I wouldn't touch that. I will not touch that. Someone walks up to me and said, "Ma'am, I haven't eaten today. I'm hungry." Okay, depends on what time they come. Don't come to me and tell me you're hungry at 12 o'clock, because I'm going to have to give you enough to take care of your lunch, dinner. And that's what I do. Hear you something, eat you something, lunch or dinner. Someone says when I don't have nowhere to go and I just got kicked out of my hotel and I need a room, okay, I might pay for a week. That's me. You see, I'm not geared to throwing crumbs to them. Here, you want something to eat? I buy you a Burger King when I know what Burger King trash is, or I give you uh, 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 um, my change. See, these are not people that are hearts of Yah. These are people who play in this role that they are who they think they are. Just like the betrayer, he walked all those years with Yeshua. All those miracle signs and wonders, all that word and that power in the presence of Yah's spirit. It did not change him, did it? Not one bit. He was who heaven had called him to be. To where when Peter wanted to know what's the deal with the betrayer, Yeshua told him, "Hey, it would have been better had not he even been born." Because once you're born, you are already stapled, the seed of Satan or the seed of the Spirit. So what I'm saying today, the realm in which I'm stepping into, the door, is going to even focus more on those that represents Yah in the spirit realm versus those that are the brick walls, those who are trying to portray that they are holier than thou when they know their hearts are hardened. That heart that is hardened is like unto a brick wall, because nothing you say can move them from that brick wall. You can't preach this thing in spirit and truth. You can't preach it with the power. You can't preach it with the light with them. They just stand at a standstill. So even when I'm speaking and I'm talking, many should be able to respond in a way that says, "Father, I got this to say. I got this to say." But why should I tell people what to say? The Father wants me to salute the fact that they cannot speak, for they are a great walls. So I, Sister Deborah, hope you got something out of it. And again, to the individuals that I was speaking of, I was speaking it to you, to those who've been faithful and have supported Sister Deborah. I want to let you know that has nothing to do with the relationship between you and me. It's between Yah and you. He put that on your heart. He calls you to see that you have what it called faith, works, and the fruits. You see, so out of all that, he wants me to let you know it's called obedience. What he that is leading you, whether you know where you being led or not. He could have, like I told you, in the last 4 days, I had to make a choice. The Father pull up empty handed. Bam! There the choice was made for me. You see, that's who Yah is. He made a way out of what we would call no way. And that's the way I feel about those that had faithfully supported Sister Deborah throughout the time. And like I say, you don't have to ever support again because you have shown me that you have been obedient to the faith that He has in you. And faith is one of the brands. And to grip that faith and obey it, you have to believe in what you or how would I say it, are giving out of faith. You have to believe it. You have to believe in what I am saying and who I represent. So there go two in one. Faith and believe. And Yah wants me to let you know that's your works. That's the fruit of the spirit as well. It's not all the fruits, but it represents the fruits. You see? Something that the wicked don't know about. So it's a strange, it's really, y'all, I'm gonna say this like I feel it. It's a really strange thing how Yah chooses his. It never is the one that you think or you would expect because he goes in and get the ones that will obey him because of their relationship with him. Guess what? The relationship that Yah has with you and you have with him is one from the kingdom. It's not from the earth. It's one from the kingdom. It's not from the earth. What did he say? The world loves his own. So if you give and gave to Yah's, then you love as the world loves their own. You are a part of who Yah is, give and gave. You have that connection with him. You see, people will not tell you that. People will not break that down to you. You see, but that's what you have had, whether you ever again. It doesn't matter. The obedience in which you have followed, identified to Sister Deborah. Hold up, Father. Wait a minute. You got your own, don't you? Yes, he do. He got his. It's like the ram in the bush. Y'all got his ram in the bush. Meaning, okay, Abraham, you don't have to kill Isaac. Huh. Look over there in that bush. I got a ram in the bush. Deborah, you don't have to worry. I got rams in the bush. That's just who he is. And that's what makes me always wanting to know about him. Because the way he has orchestrated things, how he had put Judah in the midst of the other 11 for all those years follow. It's just like me. Been on here, and those that follow me for so many years won't give a damn. There's no faith in them. They don't believe who I am and what I'm saying. They want to eat from the plate and stand back. I'm holier than thou and throw crumbs to Deborah. But the Yah wants me to let you know he has no partaker in that. Keep it to yourself. Keep it for yourself because you're going to need it. So I, Sister Deborah, say unto you that Yah is still on the throne. He's the beginning and the end, as they say, Alpha and Omega. Heavens has already orchestrated those to already be who they already are. They have no understanding, none whatsoever, of how their faithfulness and their giving gave and their belief that this individual is speaking on behalf of he that I believe in. I love the way the Yah rumbles. He always come in the way he wants. And I love that. So I, Sister Deborah, I hope you got something out of it because I did. I really did. And I thank the Most High Yah. So I say unto you, I'll be entering at the end of this month into uh, another step in Yah, which is another door. Shalom and shalom.